What's up everybody, this is D. Joseph Allen, thanks for tuning in. Hey McKiller, this is going to be a quick response to your response of Richard Dawkins and Lee Smolin on the anthropic principle. It's my first ever video response to you. I'm a long-time subscriber, so I hope you'll enjoy. I'm going to use a script here so that I don't ramble on. Now I'm not going to touch the physics side of the video as it's not a concern of mine in this response. I wouldn't even pretend to suggest that my knowledge of theoretical physics is even remotely good enough to debate these issues. We'll just stick to the simple Occam's razor reference and the overall idea of the multiverse. I basically see two problems with your argument. You use Occam's razor, so let me quote you directly. Quote, "A multiverse is much more complex than cosmic designer. Occam's razor says that one should not multiply entities beyond necessity. Since the cosmic designer hypothesis is much simpler than the bloated ontology of a many worlds ensemble, we should believe in the designer hypothesis rather than the many worlds hypothesis." End unquote. Now, as far as I can see, although you're not multiplying entities per se, you are taking one entity and multiplying that entity into infinity. Basically, you're using an entity which seems to defy all simplicity. What is more complicated than an all-powerful, all-knowing, transcendent mind that always existed with no cause? In my view, this violates Occam's razor. Although you are not positing a multiplication of entities, you're suggesting a cosmic designer which would surpass the multiplication of anything we can assess. In other words, no matter how much multiplying we do, we will never get to the complicated status of the designer you posit. I'd like you to take a look, if you can, at this video right here, and hopefully I can get your thoughts on it. It's not a perfect corollary to this video, but if you could check it out anyways, that would be great. As one of the theists that I like and respect the most here on YouTube, I'd like to get your input on it. Secondly, and I see this as the major objection to your argument, is that you state that there is no evidence for the multiverse theory except the fine-tuning of the universe. Well, there is one more piece of evidence that you're neglecting, and that is that we know that there is at least one universe. A multiverse hypothesis starts off with this undeniable fact. We know that there's at least one universe that actually exists. Therefore, starting off from that premise, we can at least somewhat plausibly say maybe other universes exist. I agree that there is no real concrete evidence of the multiverse actually existing, but when one states that there could be a multiverse, since we have a solid anchor point to start off from, mainly this one existent universe, we are somewhat justified in advancing the idea. Now, the main difference here is that when you posit a cosmic designer, there is nowhere near the same amount of testable empirical evidence that at least one designer exists. Anyone that states an anthropic multiverse hypothesis is at least starting off with one known fact, one undeniable fact, that there is at least one universe that can be known to exist. Therefore, positing that more than one universe could exist is not that far out of the question. You're starting off with basically zero. You say, well, this universe exists, therefore a God did it. Where's the simplicity in that? I think that is by far a larger leap of logic than a multiverse. Now granted, you use many other philosophical arguments to reinforce that position, such as the kalam and such arguments, but we're not discussing that here. We're talking about Occam's razor and the simplicity of different hypotheses. That's about it. I hope everybody enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching, and Mig, take it easy.